What's good, y'all? It's Landon Cube, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about my creative process making music. I first got into making music, honestly, I was probably like 3 or something, because my dad's a full-time musician, so he kind of started me off like teaching me music on piano. I wasn't like super interested at first, but like he just kind of like was like, you might want to use this one day, you might not, but I just want to like pass on my knowledge to you. So it ended up sticking with me, and like sometime around like elementary school I started like singing. I started like experimenting with it, and I was like embarrassed about it kind of. I wouldn't like sing in front of anybody. I would just kind of like go to a corner of the house where no one could hear me and like sing and be like, I think I'm good. Sometime around middle school I joined a band. And like still my dad hadn't heard me singing until like one day he picked me up from a rehearsal and he was like, oh, holy shit, you're actually good. And I like respected his opinion, so when he thought I was good, I was like, damn, I must actually be good at this. And after that I started doing like live cover gigs with my dad. That's when it started actually as a career for me, because he was paying me to do that. I was always into like writing lyrics and stuff like that, but I'd say I was about like probably 16 when I started like getting how to form a song, and then I think like my influences came together and I was able to like make something out of it, and I actually liked it. I wrote this song called Human Nature, which still isn't out. That was the first song that I like listened back to it and I was like, damn, this is actually like good. In middle school I was into like the Warped Tour scene, like the punk sort of shit. But at the same time, like I was getting into the stuff that my dad was like showing me, like Michael Jackson and Prince and like Stevie Wonder. So I would sing some of that stuff at like the gigs, and then also I would sing like newer pop shit like Maroon 5 and Bruno Mars and John Mayer. I was getting into shit like Frank Ocean and sort of like indie. There was just like a lot of different influences that came in, so I started to like blend genres and shit, and that's what made my music like unique when I was like starting to figure it out, because I had so many different influences. And then, but yeah, on top of it, I still was always like a really big hip hop fan, like back in like elementary school and shit like that. So on top of all like that pop and like R&B influence, I also had slightly like that hip hop like feel with it too. If I was in any sort of mood, I would just kind of like try and capture the mood with whatever I was like producing or writing. Mainly it was just like high school love bullshit. Just like coming up in Maryland, like my hometown, I think it had an influence on like my music, just like the experiences I had there. I had like 3 songs that were like finished. I put those all out like the summer after I graduated. About the same time, like my friend Cameron, who runs the YouTube channel Cuff Boys, but we all thought of the idea of doing a YouTube channel like in his basement. He would like use my music for his intros, and that's like when shit started to go up, because like there were people actually listening now, and like they fucked with it. And then like through that I was able to connect with Skies. There's this place called Ocean City in Maryland where like kids would go in the summer. So we just like linked up and we like chilled that week. We all went home, and then like a week later, Skies like invited me out to Pennsylvania to work on music, and then that's what we did, Red Roses. And then so by the time me and Skies dropped Red Roses, of course, Cam used that for the intro, and that one just went like fucking crazy from there. And then after that I was like, yeah, I don't ever have to do anything else but this. Yeah, I mean, what inspires me now is like everything in my life. Like I try to keep my life somewhat normal and like live and have experiences so that I can like write about kind of shit that people can relate to. It feels good to talk about it. It's kind of like therapeutic to like talk about the like struggles that come with it. I see my sound like evolving every day, like when I work with like different producers and shit. Every song I make, I like try and make it something different than what I did before. I always like to like change it up. I never want to be stuck making like one type of music. Over time, my music has become more real because I've experienced more real things. I always have something to say when I go to record because it's like I'm always experiencing something or some kind of pain or some kind of like happiness.